Hello, I have a question for you. Do you have money for a therapist? Did you go through some things in your past, maybe some loss, some betrayal? Maybe something happened to you when you were a child, maybe some neglect or abuse, things like that. Maybe you were taken away from your parents. Maybe one of your parents abandoned you, or maybe you feel like one of your parents abandoned you. The purpose of this video is to get you to think about ways to deal with negative thoughts and why it's a good idea to meditate, to go out in nature. And these things might be foreign to you, but these are some very necessary things that you need to put in your life, because we all should have some sort of mental health. And I will go into the ways to deal with these negative thoughts right now. So what we're going to be dealing with, this channel is going to deal with articles. Okay, I want to get you real information, the latest information for you to start helping yourself. I'm not here to sell you anything. I'm just here to bring something to you, make you aware that you might have a problem. And if you become aware that you might have a problem, you can change your behavior for a better life. That's all I'm here to do. Okay, so 7 ways to deal with negative thoughts. So what we're going to go into is these key points here. Negative thoughts can distract you from what's important. What's important in your life? What are the things that are important in your life that you can't get to because of these negative thoughts, right? Do you feel drained of energy? Do you feel anxiety and depression? Okay, you could be doing some things in your life that might be attributing to this, like meaningless sex, or P-Hub can add to this. Why? Because you're letting out your nutrients out of your body. Your semen actually repairs your body. Okay, that's another different video. But inaccurate thoughts reinforce negative thoughts. Black and white thinking is one type of inaccurate thoughts or thought distortion that can be challenging. Okay, so learn how to tap into positivity and manage the negative. That is what I'm here to help you with today. So most of us spend a lot of time inside our own minds, right? There we are at work, worrying about things that we can't control. The only thing you can control is your actions, what you say, what you do. That's the only thing you can do or control. You can't control your parents, you can't control your siblings, you can't control your girlfriend, you can't control your boyfriend, you can't control any of those things. All right, so worrying about the future, replaying events in the past, and generally focus on the parts of life that leave us dissatisfied. While they are common, negative, or unwanted thoughts can prevent you from enjoying your experiences, distract you from focusing on what's important, and drain your energy. They can also make you feel anxious or depressed. Are you anxious? And if you are anxious, you're thinking too much of the past. If you're depressed, guess what? You're thinking too much of the past. So what you want to do is learn to meditate. Why? To calm the mind, to center you, to bring you to now, the now. Because that's all we really have is right now. And if you learn to focus in the right now, you won't be anxious or depressed. It will take some time. It took me some time to get into meditation. It took me some time to actually quiet my mind. I can still improve, and I choose to improve. But let's continue with the good news is that dedicated practice with, let me start that again. The good news is that with, dedicated practice, you can replace negative thinking patterns and thoughts that actually help. This can make a huge difference in a day-to-day happiness and comfort. Wouldn't you like that? You have the power to change your life. It is up to you. It's not up to your parents. It's not up to the government. It's not up to anyone else. It's not up to TikTok. It's not up to YouTube. It's up to you. You have the power to change your life. And that's all I'm here to show you, is that you can do it. All right? Because number one, recognize thought distortion. Our minds have clever and persistent ways to convince us that something isn't really true. These inaccuracies or these inaccurate thoughts reinforce negative thinking. If you can recognize them, that's why I'm making this video, you can learn to challenge them. Here are a few common thought distortions. Black and white thinking. All right. Seeing everything as one way or another without any in between. Hey, I still deal with it, so I know you're dealing with this. Okay. So personalizing, assuming you are to blame for anything that goes wrong. Like thinking someone did not smile at you because you did something to upset him or her. It is more likely that person is having a hard day and her or his mood had nothing to do with you. Now, this has to do with people who've been abused, people who have been neglected, all right? And I've been there, and I had to go into my past and fix a lot of issues because of my past, the abuse, the neglect, and so on and so forth. Because guess what we do? We numb the pain by doing drugs, right? Or drinking or meaningless sex. I did all those things. So I no longer do those things because I had to really change my life to actually help you, the viewer. I've helped myself, and I'll give you a little tidbit. I stopped drinking, my best friend stopped drinking, then my brother stopped drinking. So if you change your life, you can help others. And that's what I'm here to do. So let's continue with this article. So filter thinking, all right? Choosing to see only the negative side of the situation. Catastrophe. I know this is going to be a little bit hard, but just bear with me, okay? Catastrophizing, assuming the worst possible outcomes is going to happen. Okay, those are recognizing thought distortions. And I will leave this at the bottom so you can read it, because I want you to have this information so you can actually maybe share it with someone. Share this video, like this video, so this can get to other people that need help. We all need help, okay? Number two, challenge negative thoughts. Whenever you have a distorted thought, stop and evaluate whether it is accurate. Think about how you would respond if a friend spoke about himself or herself that way. You would probably offer a good rebuttal to his or her negative view of themselves, right? Apply the same logic to your own thoughts. Ask yourself if you are assuming the worst will happen, or blaming yourself for something that has not gone the way you have wanted. And then think about the possible outcomes or reasons that something turned out differently than you have hoped. All right, so number three, take a break from negative thoughts. It is possible to learn how to separate from negative thoughts. One way to do this is to allow yourself a certain amount of time, maybe 5 minutes, with the thought. Then take a break from focusing on it and move on with your day. This comes with practice. This comes with being aware that you may be thinking about something all day. So you stay in that frequency. You stay in that low vibrational state. And then you're depressed. And then you're anxious. And then we do drugs to compensate. All right? Or whatever you do. Maybe you drink pop, or maybe you eat food, whatever it is. It's the way we cope. All right? So 4, release judgment. We all judge ourselves and others. We all do. Usually unconsciously. Constantly comparing ourselves to other people or comparing our lives to some ideal breeds dissatisfaction. When you are able to let go of judgment, not easy, of course, right? But possible, you will likely feel more at ease with yourself. Wouldn't you like that? To have peace of mind. I have peace of mind. Some ways to take a break from judgmental thoughts include recognizing your own reaction, observing it, and then letting it go. Another helpful technique is to positive judge. When you notice you are negatively judging a person, yourself, or a situation, look for the positive quality too. I also need help with this. So, okay, I am not perfect. Number 5, practice gratitude. All right, this may sound weird or different for you, but when I wake up, who's the higher power you go to? Is there God, or is there a deity, or is there maybe an ancestor that you pray to, or you pray for protection, things like that. Anyways, gratitude, and what I do is I'm thankful that I have a place to live. I'm grateful for having a pillow. I'm grateful to have a bed. I'm grateful to have running water. I am grateful to have, a car. Do you show gratitude for anything in your life? And if not, how can the universe give you more if you don't appreciate the things you have now? Think about it. That's all I'm saying. Practice gratitude, okay? Research shows that feeling grateful has a big impact on the level of positivity and happiness. Even when you are experiencing a challenging time in your life, you can usually find things, even small things, to be grateful for. Like maybe that you can afford lunch, that you can afford nice clothes, that you can afford makeup, things like that. Okay? Noticing the things that are good, well, and making you feel happy will keep you in touch with them. Keeping a gratitude journal and writing a few things in it every day is one easy and effective way to do this. I journal. I also started journaling, and I still journal. And I just did it this morning. So it would be a good idea for you to journal your feelings, to get it out from, let's say picture a pressure cooker. You have to release that pressure one way or the other, okay? Just focus on you, okay? Focus on your strengths. Have you ever thought of that? All right? It's human nature to dwell on negative and overlook the positive. The more you can practice focusing on your strengths and not dwelling on mistakes you've made, because I've made a lot, the easier it will get, and the feeling of positive, it would be to feel positive about yourself and the direction your life is taking. If you find yourself thinking harsh thoughts about personality, or actions, take a moment to stop. Drop and roll. Just kidding. Stop and think about something you like about yourself. Number 7, the last one, okay? Seek out professional support. But of course, most of us can't afford that right now. Most of us here in America, including myself, can't afford therapy. It's very expensive. And if you don't have insurance, most of them won't even see you. And that's why I made this channel, because I suffered with abuse. I suffered with neglect. I also suffered because of my parents. And, I was also raped as a child. So I make this channel to help other people, because we've all gone through a lot of things. And it's very important for you to start liking yourself. It's important for you to start empowering yourself. It's important for you to start standing up for yourself. It's important for you to recognize the powerful person you really are. So if any of this resonated with you, give me a like, give me a subscribe, because there are things that you will find in this channel or on this channel. I do tarot, and I also make videos like this because it's very important for you to get a handle on your life so you can have a better life for a good future. And I will see you in a later video.